Good morning, guys. Let's start with another class of GST. Welcome. It appears that because of weekend, most of you are sleeping in home only. So will all the weekends be like this only? Yeah? No. Why suddenly no people only? So in the yesterday's class, we were discussing about exemptions under GST. We covered what all? Charitable institutions, any activities provided by charitable institutions. Then we came to agriculture services. Two things we covered. I think we also started with education services, but we have not completed it yet. Okay. Now, I'll again summarize what and all we read under educational services, and I'll continue. Then, guys, shall we start? So, educational services. So, to get exemptions under educational services, first something should be what? Educational institution. Before getting any kind of benefits under exemptions, first that entity should be an educational institution. Now, what are educational institutions as per your exemption notification? One, your preschool to 12th. If that is, if they are imparting training for this, then that comes under your education institution. Then, any qualification recognized by law. That is your second thing which comes under institution. Or approved vocational courses. Is correct? These three will come under your educational institution definition. Okay. Now, if whatever we are reading in the question or wherever we are applying this exemption notification, that education institution be any of the three, then only all our exemptions are applicable. Now, what are exempted in this case? Any output services provided by educational institution and anything provided to education institution. Exemption is divided into two parts: provided by education institution, provided to educational institution. Correct? Now, in output services, that is whatever is provided by, where did you go? Whatever is provided by educational institution, what is exempt? One, any service. These are output. Any service provided to its to students, staff, and teachers. Okay, any services provided by an education institution to its students, whatever it is, or to its faculty, or to its staff, will be exempt. This service is given by whom? Educational institution. Second, any services by way of conduct of entrance exam for consideration. These two are exempt when given by whom? When given by educational institution. Done. Now, input services. That is whatever services we are discussing now. If given to education institution, then it is exempt. Then, guys, first, what is it? Transportation of students, faculty, and staff. If at all, we are giving transportation services for the transportation of students, faculty, and staff to educational institution, then it is exempt. Second, catering. If we give exempt. Third, security services, cleaning or housekeeping services performed in such educational institution is exempt. Guys, in such educational institution, what does that mean? Now, say suppose whatever cleaning services, say suppose. Now, say suppose that education institution is organizing sports day somewhere in a ground outside the school, somewhere, because that school does not have ground, say suppose. Now there, one of them is giving services of cleaning. Thus, that ground once the sports event is done. Okay. Now, is that service exempt? Why? Because, sorry, exactly, because it should be performed in such education institution. That cleaning services should be given in that education institution, not outside. If anything is given outside, it's not covered under exemption. Should be in the premises. That's why they have told performed in such education institution. Next, services relating to admission or conduct of examination by such institution. If they are giving any kind of services which helps for conduct of examination to educational institution, then such services are exempt. We discussed yesterday. What will this education institution do? These people, they'll be involved in the business. They want to teach people. So whatever examination and whatever services is there relating to examination, hall ticket, etc., all this will be given to another agency. If that agency is doing, then whatever services is done by that agency, it is exempt. Clear? One more, what we read, online journals, online educational journals. If at all you are supplying online educational journals to educational institution, it is exempt. What are online education journals? Guys, you see CA journal, CMA journal, no, which contains extra information about whatever you do. Say suppose a professional essay about some new GST section that is introduced, that will be there in the journal, or some summarized form of whatever you're supposed to revise. All that will be there in the journal. Okay, if those online journals, they're talking about online, then if you are providing those online journals to education institution, then that is also covered under your exemption. 5 input services and 2 output services. Clear? Then now one thing what you have to understand here, guys, is in input we had 5. What were those? Transportation, catering, housekeeping, conduct of exam. Fifth one is online journals. So there are 5 input services. Okay. Yeah. The conduct of examination part is there. No. The conduct of examination part. Now in our education institution, it is divided into what? 3. Preschool to 12, qualification recognized by law, approved vocational courses. Now conduct of examination input service is exempt for all the 3. Okay. Yeah. Conduct of examination. Online journal is exempt only for approved vocational courses. Qualification recognized by law. Okay, yeah. Online journals is exempt for only qualification recognized by law. And these 3, transportation, catering, and housekeeping, is only exempt for preschool to 12th. Is understood? Just because they are providing to education institution, it is not covered. First 3 is exempt only for preschool to 12th. Then conduct of examination is exempt to all the 3. All the 3. That is preschool to 12th, qualification recognized by law, approved vocational courses. Then your online journals is only for qualification recognized by law. Understood? Any doubts here? Now, if at all I am supplying online journals to 5th standard kids, is it exempt? No. To vocational courses people, if I am giving, is it exempt? No. Only for qualification recognized by law. And transportation services with respect to SFS, that is student, faculty, and staff, if I give it to qualification recognized by law, is it exempt? Clear, guys? First 3 is applicable only to preschool to 12th. Online applicable only to qualification recognized by law. Admission is applicable to all. Done? Clear? Shall we go? Now some extra points with respect to educational services they have given will cover. Guys, private ITIs. What is private ITIs? Private ITIs means private industrial training institutes. What will this Indian industrial training institutes give? They give something called as skill development or vocational courses. If these are vocational courses as given by GST in their definition, then whatever services is being given by private ITIs with respect to those approved vocational courses by GST is exempt under GST. Simple. Government ITIs. Guys, government ITIs also, if at all they are giving recognized vocational courses, it is exempt, no doubt. But what has happened is, we read another entry later about government services. Generally, government services given to unregistered persons are exempt. So, whatever given by government ITIs comes under that entry. That is government services given to unregistered people. So, under that entry, whatever service is given by government ITIs is exempt. What is government ITIs? Government Industrial Training Institutes, which gives skill development and other vocational courses. Then your unrecognized educational institutions. What is unrecognized education institutions? Guys, your coaching, your tuition, all these private organizations are there. No, they are outside this exemption. That is, whatever services they are giving is taxable. Is not exempt under education services. Who these private coaching centers, etc., etc. Then educational institutions up to higher secondary schools. Guys, we discussed up to 12th. Whatever services given by these education institutions to its SFS or whatever money is received for the services of conduct of examination is exempt up to 12. We have already read. Then, guys, boarding schools. Now, in boarding schools, along with education, they're also giving you accommodation, food, sometimes clothes, uniforms, etc. Now, they are asking what is the case? What is taxable? Is the accommodation being given is taxable since it is not educational services? What do you think? Guys, it is in what nature, this boarding schools? Composite supply, correct? Because it is naturally bundled, more than two or more goods or services. So the rate applicable will be the rate of principal good, principal goods or services. Here, what is principal service? Education. Education is exempted. That means others also simple. Yeah. Educational institutions providing qualification recognized by law. That is, we already read, guys, that BCom, BBA, or any university which has its own law and it is giving degree courses to you, then that is also exempt. That is our second entry in our definition of educational institution. Whatever services given by it is exempt for the purpose of BCom, MBA, MBBS, etc. We discussed in our definition of educational institution. Now, dual qualifications where only one law is recognized by law. Now, say suppose in your college you have joined for BCom program. Okay, yeah. Now that is recognized by law and it is also exempt. Now say suppose along with that they are giving you one more short, small certificate course. Okay, yeah. Is certificate course is recognized under law? No. Then what to do about the other thing? Again, same consideration will come. We have to see whether it is a composite supply or mixed supply. Now, generally in all the colleges, along with BCom degree, will they give short-term courses? No. So that means what? It is not naturally bundled. That means it is mixed supply. If it is mixed supply, what will happen? Highest rate. So whole thing will be taxable irrespective of the BCom part being exempted. It becomes a what? If they are considering, if they are taking one single consideration, no guys, if they are collecting one single consideration for both the courses, then mixed supply and all will come into picture. But if I'm giving separately, that means BCom program separately I'm collecting fees, and for short-term course I'm collecting the fees separately. Then separately we'll consider. If at all I'm considering, if I'm charging one whole price for both the qualifications, then it is mixed supply and we'll treat it accordingly. Similarly here also. Now sometimes in schools what will happen now guys? Similarly, along with whatever teaching they are doing in the school as part of subjects, they're also teaching you some other ancillary services. What they are doing, say suppose yoga, PT, physical training, all this and all they are doing. And some other short-term things, memory techniques and all that they'll run. Now here what you'll do, same application again. You have to see whether it is a composite or mixed supply. Now with yoga being taught in all the schools, now it is, now mostly they're imparting yoga, mostly they are imparting PT also, physical training. Now if it is naturally bundled in your judgment, then what you will do, composite supply, principal supplies education, then the whole bundle, whole supply will be exempt. If at all it is mixed supply, if it is not naturally bundled. Now say suppose along with school education, they are also imparting you some cinematography thing also. Now is it naturally bundled? There it will be considered as mixed supply. And it will be treated how? Treated accordingly. Then guys, shall we go to the next one? Guys, IIM. All of you have heard of IIM. What is IIM? Indian Institute of Management. It grants courses related to your MBA. Correct? Now does it come under our education institution? Is it covered? Under which one? Qualification recognized by law. Under that point, IIMs are covered under education institution. Now, whatever services they are giving to their students, faculty, staff is generally what? Exempt, no doubt about it. But what these IIMs are doing, other than whatever MBA degree and all they are giving, they are running long-term courses and short-term courses. If you have observed their website or if you know about it, you can just do a Google. You can Google about it today. What is it? They'll run some long-term courses as to the management skills and etc. They are running long-term courses which goes up to 1 year. And there are other cases where they are running short-term courses where for 2-3 months they'll give you some training, and post 3 months they'll give you one certificate saying that you are trained under IIM. Two kinds of things they are giving. Now these long-term courses are there now, guys. Even though they are for 1 year, it is approved by law. It is a degree or diploma under law. So these long-term courses given by IIMs qualify as what? Degree or diploma recognized by law. So towards that, whatever money they are receiving will be exempt. But these short-term courses are there, where they are giving you just a certificate and not a degree recognized by law. Then it will not amount to exemption. So towards that short-term courses, GST will be applicable. Understood, guys? Any doubts? Done? Now, conduct of entrance examination by authority body set up by central or state government. Now, guys, there are certain body set up by the state government just to conduct examinations, like this National Testing Agency. The only job of National Testing Agency is what? To conduct these entrance examinations for different government posts. Now, what? Your PGCET happens. Many other examinations happens, guys. No, for government jobs, correct? Now, the authority that is responsible for conducting tests for them is National Testing Agency. What they do? They only conduct examinations. They are not imparting training, etc. That and all they are not doing. They'll conduct examinations. They look after evaluation. They'll give out results. Anything related to this entrance conduct of examination, they'll do. Okay. Now they are telling. Now the government is telling. Though this National Testing Agency or whatever agency created by government is not imparting any education to the people, but since they are just conducting examinations, they are still considered for exemption. For the purpose of what? For the purpose of conducting examinations, they are still considered exempt. That is, whatever services given by this National Testing Agency for the purpose of conducting examination to any institution, then that service is exempt. Doubts? Any doubts, guys? Done? Guys, CBSE and state education boards. Now, the CBSE state education boards, are they imparting any education to people? No, schools are imparting education to people. What is CBSE and state board are doing? They are conducting examinations. Correct? No, they are just regulating, telling what syllabus to do, what syllabus to They'll draft that. They're looking after marks card issue, etc. That's all. Are they imparting any education? No. Then they're as good as body set up for conduct of examination. Correct? Now, even these people, for the purpose of conduct of examination services, are exempt from GST. Understood? Though they are not imparting any education, though they are only giving examination, conduct of examination and giving certificate, all that, they are still considered for exemption for the purpose of whatever conduct of examination services that they are giving. Understood, guys? Done? Any doubts still here? Do you want me to repeat? No? Done? One more point, please. Yeah. Now they are telling the CBSE boards, state boards, national testing agency, all are considered as educational institution for the purpose of exemption. Correct? Even though they are not providing any education. Now, if they are considered as educational institution, whatever services I am giving to this central board or state board or national testing agency for conduct of examination. Say suppose I am the body responsible for conduct of examination. I am giving services to other institutions for which my services are exempt, no doubt. Say suppose I am receiving some input services for enabling these services to others. Is that also exempt? Guys, in input services there was one what? Conduct of examination also was there. Whatever input services that I am giving for conduct of examination is exempt. Similarly, if I am giving these services to state board, central board or national testing agency, will still be exempt. Is what they have further clarified later. Done? Understood? Supply of food in a mess or canteen. Guys, what do you think? Taxable. In education institutions, they are, in some places they are supplying food also. Now what about it? Is it taxable, exempt, or what is the case? I'll ask you the scenario. You tell me whether it is taxable or exempt. Now, educational institution is supplying food to its students. Exempt. Why? Any services given by EI is exempt. Then guys, then say suppose now what you have done, you being an education institution, you have outsourced a third party to do the food and all, to prepare the food, and you are paying money to them. Is that exempt? No. Think. Say suppose I am a normal guy, you are an education institution approved under exemption. I am giving you catering services. That is catering only, no? If third party is giving. So catering services is covered under exemption. So if a third party is giving and he is giving to any education institution from preschool up to 12th, then only exempt, guys. I told no. Transport, catering and the other one, housekeeping, is only the input services towards that is exempt only for preschool to 12th. Now if this third party is giving catering services to preschool up to 12th, then it is exempt. Further, if these education institutions are giving food or catering to their students, faculty or staff, then it is exempt. Okay, say suppose these BCom colleges are there, no? This is qualification recognized by law. If this BCom college is giving food to its students, exempt or not? Why? I told only input services. Output, did I tell? These rules are not applicable. In output, what will come? Only two things. What? Any services provided to student, faculty, staff. Second, conduct of examination. In that, did I tell you any limitations? No. Whatever services provided by whatever educational institution out of that three is exempt. So if this BCom college gives food, it is exempt. If vocational courses people giving food to its students, exempt. That is any service. But in case of input services, that is, I am supplying catering services to an educational institution, then I will see all that criteria. Then catering or your transportation or your housekeeping services. In case of input, that is me providing to educational institution, then it is exempt only if I am giving it to preschool to 12th. For qualification recognized by law, what is applicable? Online, for online journals and for services by way of admission. And for vocational courses, only services by way of admission is exempt. Via what? Via what? These rules are applicable for input services only. Output not applicable. Guys, clear? Very much clear. This rule which I said is only applicable for input and not output. Please remember this point. Guys, everyone understood? Supply of food in Anganwadis. Guys, what do you think? Guys, Anganwadis is as good as an educational institution because it is covering under where? Preschool to 12th it is coming. As good as preschool Anganwadis are. So is it an education institution? Yes. Then if you are giving catering services to such education institution, is it exempt? If such education institution is giving food to its students, exempt? Exempt. Same thing they are giving. Then, irrespective of anything, this rule holds good. Any doubt still here? No? Done? Now guys, these schools or education institutions are also giving services of what? Conduct of entrance examination, fee for admission, issuance of migration certificate. Guys, all this they are doing. What? These education institutions are collecting entrance examination, fee for admission, issuance of migration certificate. Guys, what do you think? Are these exempt or not? Why? Because all these are services provided by education institution to its students. It is all covered. Me giving TC, migration certificate, marks card, anything is services given to students. Correct? Now, services given to students are exempt. Likewise, even these services are exempt. Guys, these are further clarifications. Exemption provisions relating to educational institutions got over then only in the starting part. This and all are clarifications given by government. Okay, what to do with Anganwadi, what to do with migration fee, all that. So I am also covering because it is covered under your study material, but no need to dwell deep. This much, whatever I am telling, if you understand, more than enough. Got it? Important. Fees charged from prospective employers. Guys, what these colleges or education institutions will also do? They'll also organize campus placement. Correct? Now, whenever they are doing campus placement, they'll be collecting money from whom? Colleges. Correct? Because they are allowing that college to participate in the campus in the university. Correct? No. Now, whatever money they are receiving from these corporates, is it taxable or exempt? What do you think? Taxable, because it is not services provided to its students. Guys, with respect to this campus, if they are collecting money from students, then okay. Are they collecting money from students? No. They are collecting money from corporates. Now, this is a taxable thing where you have to pay tax for whatever money you have received from corporates. Understood, guys? Done. Maritime courses approved by DG Shipping. Guys, there is something called as Merchant Shipping Act. Okay, under that Merchant Shipping Act, they'll also give training courses, and they give also other courses with respect to this, anything which is related to the shipping. Correct, now guys? What is shipping? Your ship, vessels. Okay. What are the course or conduct, or what are you supposed to do during this shipping things? All these are important as a training to whom? To people under those Maritime Act. Okay, like in ship, what to do, how to maneuver, what to do when there is a flood or something, etc. All these are given as training under Maritime Shipping Act. How to transport goods, how to be aware of it, how to unload, load. All this is the training course under Maritime Shipping Act. Now, is this an education institution? Is this a degree recognized by law? Was the question. They have further told that whatever courses approved by DG, Directorate General of Training, with respect to this Maritime Shipping Act, then those courses are considered as courses recognized under law, and for them exemption will be available. Then guys, So we are done with the educational services part of the exemptions. Which time? Which of the following educational services are not exempt from GST? Guys, not exempt. That means taxable. Why, guys? Because it is private coaching. It is not any degree recognized under law. It is private, unrecognized educational institution. It is taxable. Then, guys, catering services provided to school. Why not? It is exempt because three things: to preschool to 12th exempt. Done. Long duration programs conducted by IIM. We discussed it is exempt. Only the short term certificate courses are taxable. JEE mains entrance exam conducted by NTA. Means National Testing Agency is a body set up by government for conduct of examination. So for this purpose, they be considered as educational institution. So exempt. Clear? Done. Some more things. Affiliation provided by universities to colleges. Guys, these universities are there. No, for example, Bangalore University. Now, before this Bangalore University, before giving that certificate to college or approval to run these courses, BCom or MBA, etc., what they'll do? They'll give this affiliation services. Means they'll first go meet the concerned people. They'll see whether this college has sufficient resources to conduct BCom programs. Do they have good faculty? Do they have good classrooms, everything, all the facilities? Do they have? They'll check all this. The moment they'll check all this, they'll give you affiliation and you can run BCom courses. Correct? Even after giving that approval, even after giving that approval, they'll also monitor as to whether whatever you had shown in the beginning, whenever you took approval, is it there? Still, is it fit to give BCom programs? So all this it will be monitoring. These are called affiliating services, and it will also receive money for these affiliation services, right? Now they are asking whether this affiliation services provided by universities to college, is it exempt under GST? Now you think you have read, you know the exemption notification. I told you, CBSE, state boards, or any other university. There they are considered as educational institution only for the purpose of what? Conduct of examination. Two times I repeated. Only for the purpose of conduct of examination. Now what is this? Affiliation services. This is nowhere related to conduct of examination, students, etc. So this is taxable. Similarly, how universities will do it for colleges, CBSE or state boards will do it for schools, affiliation services. Now, is it taxable or exempt? Taxable. Similar. Then, guys, sure. Shall we go to the next one? Now we'll come to healthcare services. Guys, first thing, services by a veterinary clinic in relation to healthcare of animals or birds. Guys, whatever services your veterinary doctor is giving with respect to treatment to animals is what? Exempt. So one more profession to consider is doctor, guys. Again, one more best business to do is education, because everywhere it is exempt. Guys, here under GST it is exempt. There under income tax it is exempt. Full money or money. Educational, good money people are doing. These people, they are paying tax. Private coaching, nothing, no use. But if you're starting schools or colleges, then full money. Done. Then hospital. First thing also we had discussed was what? Pujari. That guy. You can become Pujari. That's a good thing. Priest. Or you can become a farmer. Agriculture. Or educational guys. Where good, no GST, good money. Now healthcare. Services given by a veterinary doctor in a veterinary clinic for the purpose of animals is exempt. Sir, that means for humans, Ghana, is it taxable? No, no. Of course, it is covered. It is covered in much more deeper way. We'll cover that. Okay. Here, healthcare services given by a clinical establishment by an authorized medical practitioner or paramedics are exempt. Guys, in this exemption notification, there are three terminologies which are important. One, it should be a clinical establishment. Second, it should be given by authorized medical practitioner or paramedics. Then only it will be exempt. One. Now for that we have to understand what is this clinical establishment. Guys, one more small point I have covered here only we'll see. Clinical establishment by way of providing room. Guys, in hospital, if you have seen, for now you understand clinical establishment means what? Hospital. In hospital, will they give rooms? Of course no, guys. In hospital, they'll give rooms. They are telling if the room rent is up to 5,000, it is exempt. If it is more than 5,000, taxable, entirely taxable, not partially. More, if it is 5,001 rupees, then whole 5,001 rupees is taxable. But guys, this ICU or neonatal care, what is ICU? Intensive care unit, or NCU, neonatal care intensive unit. Neonatal means newborn babies who are born for just 2 or 3 days. Now something has happened, they have kept them in ICU. That ICU is called neonatal intensive care unit. Okay. Now guys, what is the difference between room and ICU? ICU has much more benefits, no, much more features as compared to normal room, which is given in the hospital. Now, of course, when facilities given under ICU is more, the money they'll charge will be more. It will be, of course, more than 5,000. Now, I cannot say just because they are charging more than 5,000, tax it, because ICU is necessary for many people. So, what they told, whatever rooms given by hospitals, up to 5,000 exempt, more than 5,000 taxable, except what? Your ICU, neonatal care intensive unit, etc. Because these are by nature costly. Nothing you can do. So they are excluded from this rule. Understood? Done? Now, what are healthcare services under exemption? Healthcare services means any services by way of diagnosis, treatment. Guys, they are telling diagnosis. That means even what is diagnosis? You are still finding what is the illness or what is the disease that you have. Whatever services that you are giving in relation to finding out what is the disease comes under diagnosing. Understood? Then any treatment that you are giving for the disease or any care for illness, injury, deformity. Guys, what is deformity? Say suppose your body structure is not in the form it is supposed to be. It is deformed. Say suppose some kind of disability or suffering. So that is deformity. Your body is in not the proper form it is in which it is supposed to be. Then abnormality or pregnancy in any recognized system of medicines in India. Guys, not all types of medicines they'll consider. There are certain medicines which is recognized by exemption. Now some people will be there now. On the roadside, one hut they would have formed and they are telling will give treatment to all kind of service. No. All things are not covered. Only under some recognized things. Now there is some Baba who will tell, I'll put one powder. Sugar will go. That and all is not covered under healthcare services. Only recognized healthcare services. Then we'll discuss what is recognized healthcare services. Then it includes any services by way of transportation of patient to and from. That is your ambulance services. Guys, your ambulance services also exempt. Then does not include, guys, healthcare services includes all that I discussed now, but does not include what? Hair transplant. Yay. Hair transplant is in all cosmetic things, not hospital services. Then cosmetic plastic surgery, your lip little bent it is, that and all you'll do. That and all is not covered under healthcare services, though you are getting it done by a doctor. Okay, that is not covered. But say suppose this hair transplant or cosmetic or plastic surgery is happening because of what? To restore or reconstruct anatomy or due to congenital defects. That is, say suppose guys, what is congenital defects? It means these are the defects that you have from your birth. Now say suppose some problem you have by birth only, you're a little deformed or something has happened because of which you're finding it difficult to breathe. Something is happening. Then to cure that congenital defects, whatever plastic surgery, etc. I'm doing, that is exempt. That is considered as healthcare service. Say suppose some accident happened. You know this actor Shashi Kumar from Kannada. You know, no, that guy met with a crazy accident. He was completely deformed. His face only changed post that examination. So post that accident. Later, all that plastic surgery and all they did, and they brought him to normal form. Now, for this purpose, if he is getting plastic surgery, that is exempt. But for makeup and all, to look good, to look more good, beautiful, that and all is not covered under your educational, under your healthcare services. Done? Done. Now, what guys? What? Tell that it's okay. We have 5 hours class today. You have to tell. Sanaya loves you. Sanaya is my girlfriend. Hey. That I'm not, why would I write my girlfriend's name here? No. It is a mnemonic, guys. Mnemonic which I use for recognized systems of medicines in India. Guys, what are the recognized systems of medicines in India? That is, if you are giving treatment under these things, then only it will be considered as healthcare services under exemption. What are these recognized treatment? Allopathy, yoga, naturopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, Siddha, Unani, or any other system. Okay, Unani, it is a form of medical treatment, guys. Even I don't know details about it, but like Ayurveda, even Unani is something. Is a form of medical treatment. Okay. Now, how to remember this? Shanaya loves you. Sanaya, S means Siddha, H means homeopathy, A means Ayurveda, N means naturopathy, A means any other medicine recognized, Y means yoga, A for allopathy, and U is Unani. Shanaya loves you. So all this you are supposed to do to pass examinations, guys. Okay. Because it is very important. That's why I've given a mnemonics. Because in questions and all, they'll ask treatment given under some other medicine which is not mentioned here. Then they'll tell me whether it is exempt or not. Then you'll be confused. There were some Suddha, Unani, all that. There is something called as Reiki, but it is not included here. But Reiki is also one form of medicine. Now in question what they'll give Reiki, you'll be like, Reiki was covered not At least if you remember Shanaya loves you. Oh, in Shanaya Aristo not there. So Reiki is not covered. Correct? No. Now everyone, what is it? Shanaya loves you. And it is definitely not my girlfriend's name. Equipments. Okay. Exactly. Cost only. Yes. Correct. Correct analysis. Guys, if you are not able to claim ITC, then it is as good as it became our cost. Even in your accounting, if you see, whenever you are doing accounting, no. If at all you are not able to claim the credit, what you will do? You will expense it off. Or else, only if you can claim, you will keep it as an asset. Saying debit input CGST, debit input CGST, SGST. Like that, you'll keep it as an asset. If at all it is blocked, it becomes expense. Then, we read this block credits with respect to motor vehicles, etc. All this will be expense. This motor vehicles is an exemption. It will be capitalized because motor vehicle is a capital good. That cannot be expense. That will be capitalized, and you can claim depreciation benefit under income tax. Correct? Done. Now we'll understand what is the definition of clinical establishment. Correct now, guys? One more essential thing is clinical establishment. What is clinical establishment? Hospital, nursing home, clinic, sanatorium. What is sanatorium? Guys, for long-term illness. For long-term illness, there are places where they keep you just to treat you, like cancer hospitals or people who are dying. Those things are called sanatorium. Or any other institutions by whatever name called. It's called clinical establishment. Then guys, all your hospital, nursing home, etc., clinical establishment. Then guys, now say suppose sometimes what will happen in film and all, If something happens to the hero, suddenly these people will call the doctor. Doctor, they think the doctor is some free guy. He doesn't have any other work. Doctor will leave all his work, suddenly he'll appear. No, is home clinical establishment? No, that means whatever service is given is taxable. No ways. I'm not telling it should happen in clinical establishment. Okay, whatever is given by clinical establishment is also exempt, I'm telling. But if doctor is coming and giving in home, that is services given by doctor. That is separate. That is exempt. Correct? I'm not telling whatever healthcare services you are giving should happen in clinical establishment. No. I am telling whatever is given by clinical establishment is exempt. Understood the difference? Yeah. Guys, now one more question I'll ask. You know these establishments are there which give you the services of X-ray and all. X-ray, blood test, etc. They'll do, no? Now, are these exempt? What do you think? Go through the definition. Diagnosis. Guys, whatever services I'm giving for the diagnosis of the illness is still exempt. Now, what these people will do? Diagnose. Only when you do X-ray, you'll be able to diagnose it. Without X-ray, even doctor will not be able to tell. Correct, no, guys? So, it comes under diagnosis. It is exempt. One more. I am supplying medicines to you people. Exempt or taxable? Taxable, guys. Medicines and all, taxable. It is not exempt. Then, it comes under goods. Who is authorized medical practitioner? Guys, simply understand a doctor who has a degree is a medical practitioner. That much you understand. Enough. Doctor with a degree is medical practitioner. Paramedics. Who are paramedics? Guys, these people don't have any certificate, but they have training with respect to healthcare services, like nurses or some people who have the training. No, like suddenly if someone dies, I mean something is happening to them, heart attack is happening. Suddenly they'll go to that person, they'll do all this CPR and all. These people are trained to be paramedics, but are they doctors? No. But exemption services are telling even if you're a paramedic and giving services as paramedic, then even that is exempt. Understood, guys? Done? Rent of rooms provided to inpatients. Guys, we discussed 5,000, more than 5,000 taxable, etc. We discussed. Services provided by senior doctors or consultants or technicians. Now, sometimes what will happen now, guys? You'll go to an hospital. You are facing some serious issue and you need to go through surgery. But there are no in-house surgery doctors in that hospital. Then what will they do? They'll call some senior doctors. They'll conduct the operation. Then they'll receive some professional fees. They'll go. Now, whatever services these doctors they are giving to education, they are giving to hospitals. No, is that exempt? Yes, guys. It is because it is services given by medical practitioner. It is still exempt. Done. Amount charged by hospitals from patients. Okay, sometimes what will happen? 10,000 they'll collect from you. Out of that 6,000 rupees they'll give it to senior doctor. 4,000 rupees they'll retain because whatever services they have given, room, that to this, cotton, syringe, etc., nurse services, cleaning services, etc. These people would have given. Now towards that 4,000 they would have retained. Now this 4,000, doctor charge they gave separately 6,000. Now is this 4,000 taxable or exempt? It is exempt because it is healthcare services only. It is related to healthcare. So not a problem. That retained 4,000 rupees is also exempt under GST. Clear? Guys, tell me, food supplied to patients, what is it? Exempt. Or you can also consider it as what? That approach we gave in educational services. Like a composite supply. Now, food supplied to inpatients, like people who are admitted there, then they are providing food. Why? Because doctor would have told them to give them protein, they have deficiency in iron or magnesium, etc. Give them this food, he would have told. Now, this is part of service only. No, it is naturally bundled because in most of the hospitals they'll give food, including government hospitals. Correct. Now, is it naturally bundled or not? So, if it is naturally bundled, what is it? Composite supply. If composite supply it is, then what is the rate applicable? Of principal supply. What is principal supply? Healthcare services. Therefore, the whole package is exempt. This approach also you can give. But say suppose they are supplying food to outsiders. Say suppose some guy has come to visit you. You are admitted in the hospital. Now they are supplying food to that guy who has come to see you. Then it became restaurant services. No, it is not healthcare services. Those cases are taxable. Only when you are giving it to inpatients as part of the treatment, then it is exempt. Understood, guys? Done. Services other than healthcare services in clinical establishments premises. Guys, if you have seen certain hospitals, no. Now in that hospital, they would have given certain division for X-ray people, certain division for pharmacy people, and somewhere in the other side there will be a big screen where advertisement will be coming. For all these also, hospital will be receiving money. Now, are these exempt? No, because are these healthcare services? Me giving advertisement services is healthcare, No. Me receiving rental income is healthcare, No. So these are taxable and not exempt. Guys, you know IVF? You know IVF? IVF means in vitro fertilization. That means your test tube baby. Have you heard? For people who are suffering from this infertility, for them they have this option called as IVF. They can go through test tube baby. That is, they somehow make them have kids. Okay. Now what is happening? Is this IVF coming under healthcare services? What's the question? What do you think? Guys, why not? Is infertility a kind of disease? Correct, no? Infertility is a disease, Papa. Or kashta or good. So, are they treating this disease via IVF? Correct. So isn't it a healthcare service? Of course it is, guys. So it is covered under your exemption. Done? Any doubts? Now, question. Ready? Good Health Medical Center, a clinical establishment, offers the following services. Reiki healing treatments. What? It is tax. It is tax. Plastic surgeries. One such surgery was conducted to repair cleft lip of a newborn baby. Why? Newborn what? Newborn baby should not do makeup, Why not? Huh? Who told defect? They have told they have just repaired the lip. There is two assumptions. Repair you can consider it as, Sorry? Why do you think, guys? I told no. The right answer, what you guys are telling is correct only, not wrong. But why I'm expecting that answer is to get the more precise answer. What word did I use? Congenital defects. That is the defects which you have from birth. The word they have used there is newborn baby. So it is coming under congenital defects. Okay. Just to tell you the better answer. Whatever you were telling is still correct because they've used the word repair and all. So it can be construed like that also. Not a problem. Next. Air ambulance services to transport critically ill patients from distant locations to medical center. Exempt. Why? Because transportation I told. Did I say air and all not possible? No. It is possible. So it is. What is it? You told taxable. Exempt. Palliative care for terminally ill patients. Guys, that is, such care is also provided to the patients at their homes. Palliative care is given to improve the quality of the life of patients who have serious life-threatening disease, but the goal of such care is not to cure the disease. What, guys? It is exempt only. Just because the illness is not getting cured doesn't mean whatever you are doing is not healthcare. Correct? So it is. Alternative medical treatments by way of yoga. Yoga is covered under Sanaya Loves You. Good Health Medical Center operates a called blood bank, which provides services in relation to preservation of stem cells. Guys, they are just doing preservation. Is it covered? Why? No, not in hospital. No. Some guy, his job is only to store this and give it when someone asks. Huh? Anything. Think whatever you want. Private only you think. See, you should, whenever we are discussing law and definition and all, you should go by what? Law and definition, not by our logic. First class we have discussed now. Our logic is our logic is different from our whatever is discussed in a definition. Correct? No. Now, including Reiki treatments is also logical. But why have they excluded? Law. Like that. That should be the answer. Law. Law is law. I cannot do anything. Correct? Like that. Guys, this is services directly given to healthcare, I mean hospital, and not to any patients. This guy is just doing preservation. Maybe logically they should have allowed exemption, but law, they have not allowed exemption. Okay, yeah. It is taxable. Next. Huh? Anyways, it is not, in case of exports, ITC is not available. I mean, oh, you're telling the supply is also exempt and at the same time it is export. Mm, guys, ITC will be blocked. You cannot claim refund also, in my opinion, because you have to, in those cases I have told, no, whenever you are interpreting and whenever there is conflict, whenever like this, now whatever you told was a conflict, because both exempt and export are coming at the same time. Whenever there is conflict, always see the situation which is talking specifically. Now exports, under exports, both taxable, exempt, everything will come, but exempt is very specific. Now for specific exempted goods, ITC not available. So even if you're exporting, I'm not giving you the benefit of ITC. You cannot claim only. Guys, I'll tell you. One more thing I'll give you as an answer. Now, in case of exports, what will happen? If it is a taxable goods, you'll export and you would have claimed ITC also. Only when you have claimed ITC, you'll get the refund. I'll tell you how the refund happens. First, you'll do the supply. Then whatever input services you have taken, no, you'll go to GST R2B, you'll claim. Once you'll claim, it will come and sit in your electronic credit ledger. Then only refund starts. From credit ledger, refund process. But block credits is coming where? Much before claiming only. You cannot claim only these credits for exempt supply or block credits, etc. Whatever this is. You cannot claim only. When you cannot claim only, it will not come to refund procedure at all. That is one more way to interpret. Done. Guys, next part. Good Health Medical Center is of the view that since it is a clinical establishment, all the healthcare services provided by it, as well as all the taxable services provided to it, are exempt from GST. Correct? Huh? Provided by it is exempt, but provided to it, I did not talk about it. Only in case of education institutions I spoke. But in case of healthcare, did I speak? No. So that part is still taxable. But whatever provided by healthcare, what clinical establishment is exempt. Huh? Guys, there are two possibilities. Services provided by health care, hospitals, services provided to hospitals. Now, I was discussing about services provided by hospitals. That and all is exempt. Here they are asking whether services provided to hospitals is exempt or not. Is it exempt or not? Not, because I did not talk about it. Correct? No. So it is taxable. Done. Guys, quiz time. Which of the following services provided by Healthy Wealthy Nursing Home are not exempt from GST? That is taxable. In the past, ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT saying? Huh? A is the answer, guys. Correct? Why? Because it is exceeding 5,000 rupees. B, food supply to inpatients we discussed. Naturopathy covered under Sanaya. 12,000 for ICU and all, this limit only not applicable, so exempt. So A is taxable. Now we'll come to whatever services provided by government are exempt, guys. Now the one more things to consider is become government, not possible. Abba, abba, abba. Again. Okay, shall we start? We have lots of things to cover under government. Because since government is the maker of the law, government has exempted itself under many services. So we'll see what and all is exempted given by government. Whatever services given by government, not all the services, certain services are exempt. We'll see what. Silence. Shall we start? Services provided by government. So these services which are listed down, guys, are exempt, right? Given by or to, by government or to government. By government, that is government to people. Done. First, services by governmental authority, both same thing. By way of any activity in relation to any function, same thing. Related to a municipality here or a panchayat under Article 240W, 243G. Guys, if you go to the Constitution and if you open this Article 243W or 243G, you know what it says? Under 243W for municipality, it is saying what? Repairing of road, keeping the city clean, keeping the water services in the city clean, etc. Repair the lights and all, etc., etc. All these city development services, MORI. What is it? Sanitation. All that is covered under 243W. Now they're telling whatever service that government is giving to people, which are mentioned under 243W and 243G, are in the nature of things that a government is supposed to do. For that, please don't receive any tax. It is exempt. So for municipality, they have told it under 243W, and for panchayat, they have told it under 243G. The nature of these services are what, guys? This only: keep the city clean, light to repair work, so etc. All this. So all these are in the nature of what a government is supposed to do. So it is exempt. Next, services by central government, state government, union territory, or local authority, excluding the following: provided to business entities. Okay, forget this quote. Guys, they are telling any services provided by central, state, union territory, or local authorities exempt. It is completely exempt. Any service except 4 below. Law means exceptions. So, what are those 4? Department of Posts and Ministry of Railways. Guys, that means whatever postal department, railways, they are giving service. No, that is what? That is taxable. Not exempted. Which is a good word to use. Actually, I used the wrong word. Taxable. Because what has happened in case of railways and all, here they have excluded. But again, in another entry, they have told the tickets for sleeper class and general class and all is exempt and all they have told. So technically, I should not use the word taxable. What you used was only correct. So good. Second, services in relation to an aircraft or vessel inside or outside the precincts of port or an airport. Is what they are telling. Your Air India, all that services. That is not covered under exemption. Because guys, they are competing what? Competing with what? Normal businesses only, no? Now you being government, you cannot exempt GST and tell. Then everyone will prefer what? Air India only. Because on Air India tickets, GST will not be there. So not fair, no, for other airlines. Correct. So what they are doing? This they are excluding from exemption. Transportation of goods or passengers, similar. KSRTC and all is there. For others, they are telling GST is there. Guys, later we'll understand that for these tickets and all it is exempt. For both private and government. For now you understand. Again, transportation of goods or passengers, even government is competing. You cannot say government exempt, other people are taxable. Same thing, that's why they have included goods, transportation of goods or passengers also. Then, any services other than services covered under A to C, that is anything other than these three, provided to a business entity, guys. Guys, they are telling all the services that you are giving to business entities exempted taxable, not exempt. Is not exempt. Correct. So if you are giving it to business entities, they are telling it is not exempt. That means any services given to unregistered people other than postal or Indian railways, aircraft or vessel, transportation of goods or passengers is exempt. Understood, guys? Now this is only one exemption entry. There are multiple exemption entries. Now we have to read it together. Okay. Now how to read the lot together, I'll tell you. Next, see, here they have completely done an exception. Services provided by CG, SG, Union Territory, Local Authority to a business entity with an aggregate turnover of up to such amount for which they get exemption from registration. What is that amount? 20 lakh or 40 lakh, whatever it is. 20, 10, 40, whatever it is. Now, if you are within your registration limits, then even though you are a business entity, whatever services I am giving you is not taxable. Correct, guys? Earlier they told whatever is given to business entity is not exempt. But now they are telling whatever is given to business entity is not exempt. But if I am giving it to people who are not liable to registration, then it is still exempt. Understood, guys? But these services, again, we have exception. What are these exceptions? Same thing, ABC above. What was ABC above? Here, post to railways, aircraft or vessels, transportation. This three exception is there here also. Along with these three, one more is added for this case. What is it? Services by way of renting of immovable property. Understood, guys? Done? Now, how to remember all these confusing things, guys? Guys, it is always better when you are linking things. Now, let's go to RCM. Under RCM, any services given by central government, state government, local authority, union territory for renting of immovable property comes where? Here, guys. Service supplied by central government, state government, union territory, local authority. Wait, here we have. Service supplied by central government by way of renting of immovable property to a registered person is coming under RCM because it was taxable there. See who is the recipient? Any person registered under CGST Act. Why registered here they have given? Because to unregistered person, however, it was exempt under exemptions. Correct? So those people who are taxable there under exemption are supposed to pay tax under what? RCM here. Understood? Now, services provided by the central government, state government, union territory or local authority to another central government, state government, union territory or local authority, government to government, exempt, simple. But exception is that ABC above. Exception is ABC. What was ABC? Same thing. Department of Posts or Indian Railways, ships and vessels, aircraft and vessels, transportation of goods or passengers. Done? Next. Services provided by central government, state government, union territory, local authority where the consideration of services is not exceeding 5,000 rupees. Then also it is exempt. However, ABC is not allowed. Understood, guys? For ABC, it is not applicable. Then you cannot say, sir, the ticket that will pay is only 20 rupees in KSRTC. That is, however, exempt. We'll talk about it later. No, guys. We'll talk about it later. That transportation of passengers is exempt. But here, if they had told up to 5,000 anything is exempt, means the ticket and all was not supposed to be taxed. But that's why they have excluded ABC here also. That means for KSRTC, this provision is only not applicable. Correct? Understood? Done. Now, if governmental entity is giving any services to central government, state government, union territory, etc., by receiving grant from central government, state government, union territory, etc., it is exempt. Me, I am a government entity, guys. What is government entity? If my ownership is by central government or state government more than 50%. Correct. Now, if I am giving some services to government only, by receiving consideration in the form of what? Grants. Then whatever that service is, it is exempt. Understood? Done? What? No? Yes or no? Oh, you'll say no like this, sir. Sorry, yes like this, sir. Every time you'll do this only. She'll be like, everyone are. She'll be like, I was like, why everyone are understanding? From next time, I'll understand that this is this. Next case. One more good business to start. Sorry, it is a dark comedy, but still. Services by an old age home run by central government or entity registered under 12A or 12AB of Income Tax Act. You know what is 12A, 12AB? The charitable institution. If these old age homes are run by government or by this 12A or AB people, it is exempt provided these conditions are satisfied. Guys, conditions very important. These conditions are, guys, famously I can teach you one line. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಡೆ ನಾಳೆಯ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ನಿನ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು. That's how you have to think when reading. You did not understand? I'll tell you in English also. Today's exceptions and conditions are tomorrow's adjustments in your questions in your examination. Okay, so whenever there is condition or exemption, guys, mark it out, keep, remember it. Okay, because those are the possible adjustments. They'll not ask services given by government to government exempt. No. Why would they ask it? Simple question. They know, healthcare services exempt. You know healthcare services are exempt. Why would they ask you? They'll ask whether Reiki treatment is covered. That only they'll ask. So whenever there is exceptions or conditions, focus. Done? Now what are the conditions? Whenever these services are given to residents, that means non-resident not covered. To residents aged 60 years or more, they should be 60 years or more. That's why it's called old age home. Correct. Against consideration up to 25,000 per month per member. Per month per member. If there are two people, 50,000. Correct. Per month. Guys, if it is more than 20, if it is 26,000, then taxable entirely. Provided that consideration charge is inclusive of boarding, lodging, and maintenance. So whatever 25,000 is collecting, it should include what? Money for boarding also, that is him coming, lodging, and other things also. Then only then whatever services provided by old age home run by central government or state government or 12A registered entity, it will be exempt. Done, guys? Understood? Shall we go to the next one? Next. Services provided by Ministry of Railways to individuals by way of what? Guys, IR, Indian Railways. These services they are including here. Why? IR is a government department, no? They have already told. Why are they including it here? Whatever services given by central government to unregistered people who are already exempt. IR is a central government department. Now why they are bringing it separately here? Because guys, under exclusion it was there, no? Out of ABC, what was A? Indian Railways and Department of Posts. Since Indian Railways is excluded there, separately exemption is being given here. Understood? Now what and all? Services by way of sale of platform tickets. Guys, what is platform tickets? Sometimes you have to go to platform, but you don't want to go to train. They collect something called as platform ticket. just to enter the platform. Okay. So suppose you're going to say bye to Shania. Okay. Then Shania sometimes she'll go to her place also, guys. So sometimes I have to be alone. So during that time when I go to say bye, I'm supposed to pay what? Platform tickets. So that is exempt. Next. Facility of retiring rooms or waiting rooms. Guys, in this Indian railway stations only, waiting rooms are there. I hope you know it. So that and all is exempt. Cloakroom services, similar guys, changing room or room to store your luggage, all that will come under cloakroom services. Battery operated car, guys, there will be one Ajja Ajji will be not able to work in platform number 11. So what they'll do? They'll take one battery operated car, one guy will be going. Whenever it is going, we'll feel like we should also go, but will not go. Huh? You have to get old. Not necessarily old. Even we'll get tired. Hey. Where? Now you're telling now you should not go. Okay. I agree. Services by one zone division to another zone. Guys, under railways, southern division, western division, eastern division, and all are there. Correct. Now, when services is given by one division to another division is exempt. Done. Next, 24C. Guys, Department of Post was excluded under there. Correct. But regarding to these matters, they are exempting. What? Department of Post by way of postcard, inland letter, book post, ordinary post, where envelope is weighing less than 10 grams. Guys, in whatever post you are sending, that post envelope should be less than how much? Guys, why have they stipulated this? Because if it is more than 10 grams, you are doing courier, not post. Correct? No. If you want to just convey a message, why should the envelope be more than 10 grams? Correct? No. So they want to bring only message things to the ambit and not courier and all. Done. So this they have further exempted. These inland letters, I know you would have never written also all this. Your generation, you have never experienced only. You have to see our generation. Even I have not experienced. I'm just telling for the sake of it. Even I have not experienced it. I think much before us, people would have experienced. So, Sanaya and all, she's all WhatsApp only. She doesn't like calling also. She's not a call person. Only chat. Now, what? Enilva. What? WhatsApp? Hey, how dare you ask my girlfriend's number? Huh? Not possible. It's not that I don't believe Shania. I believe in her, but I'm not giving the number. Yeah. I'm very possessive. What? Hey, tell louder, da. What, you don't want me to laugh? ನೀವೇ ಮಜಾ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ? ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆ 5 ಅವರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ತಾನೆ. She believes me or not? Why da? What is wrong in me? See, I am not like that. Do you think I'm that person? I am a good person. I am forever, you know what? What is it? Loyal to Shania. Tell. No, she already believes. I don't want any third person's intrusion between me and Shania. Okay. How come? Abba. Oh, correct, Amma. Correct. Wow. Law is law. Correct. Nice. Very good. But who wrote it? I wrote it, no? When I wrote it, who is you? Me. Whose iPad is this? Mine. My book. When Shania told me, I wrote it down.